dia. Bom dia. Bom dia.
Pode chorar, pode chorar.
Feliz dia do choro. Oh my God.
Tá.
Well, muito obrigado. Thank you so much. What a joy to be here on the day of Choro. This is the birthday of one of the godfathers of this style of music from Brazil. His name is Pixinguinha. We'll be playing a piece of his later. But we're really happy to share in this day with you and make beautiful music. Is the joy coming yet? Yeah, you feel joyful? We certainly feel joyful up here. We're really happy to have with us on stage, all the way directly from Brazil, from Rio de Janeiro, Daniela Spielman. Our wonderful singer's going to grace us. This is Katia Machado. On 7-string guitar, that's Brian Moran. She's going to tell you all about the amazing things that she does on that side of the stage. That's Amy Molinelli. On percussion. My name is Zach Pitt-Smith, and I'm so happy to be playing music with you today. The first piece we played was called Noites Cariocas, which is the Nights of Rio. If you've ever been to Rio, the nights are great. But the Carioca is also the name of someone who comes from Rio, and we have two right here on the stage. Next piece we're going to play for you is a standard. It's called Falso Baiano. It is kind of our namesake. We hope you enjoy.
Samba, não bole nem nada, não sabe deixar a mocidade louca. Baiana é aquela que entra no samba de qualquer maneira, que mexe, remexe, dá nó nas cadeiras, deixando a moçada de água na boca. Baiana que entra no samba, não fica parada, não canta no samba, não bole nem nada, não sabe deixar a mocidade louca. Baiana é aquela que entra no samba de qualquer maneira, que mexe, remexe, dá nó nas cadeiras, deixando a moçada de água na boca. A falsa baiana quando entra no samba, ninguém se incomoda, ninguém bate palma, ninguém abre a roda, ninguém grita oba! Salva a Bahia, senhor! Mas a gente gosta quando uma baiana requebra direitinho em cima e embaixo e vira os olhinhos dizendo eu sou filha de São Salvador. Mas a gente gosta quando uma baiana requebra direitinho em cima e embaixo e vira os olhinhos dizendo eu sou filha de São Salvador. Baiana quando entra no samba, ninguém se incomoda, ninguém bate palma, ninguém abre a roda, ninguém grita oba! Salva a Bahia, senhor! Mas a gente gosta quando uma baiana requebra direitinho em cima e embaixo e vira os olhinhos dizendo eu sou filha de São Salvador. Mas a gente gosta quando uma baiana requebra direitinho em cima e embaixo e vira os olhinhos dizendo eu sou filha de São Salvador. Mas a gente gosta quando uma baiana requebra direitinho em cima e embaixo e vira os olhinhos dizendo eu sou filha de São Salvador. Bom dia, bom dia, bom dia. Can you say bom? Dia. Bom dia. So you just learned one word in Portuguese. My name is Katia, and I'm direct from Rio de Janeiro, like Zach just said. And it's an honor to be here with another Carioca, Daniela, that's visiting. And it's great to share this Choro day with you. great things about Brazil. Brazil is well known by samba and football. Well, football for you, it means soccer. You're gonna learn tricky words today. Yeah, tambourine, pandeiro, football, soccer. Anyways, I had to wrap my head around it. Exactly, tell me.
It's like you have a different word for everything.
Exactly. So another great thing that Brazil is well known, it's about the genre called bossa nova. Can you say bossa?
Bossa
Nova.
nova.
Bossa nova?
Bossa nova.
See, now another word in Portuguese you just learned today. So Brazil is really well known about bossa nova, and next tune that we're gonna play, it's called Chega de Saudade by the great Antônio Carlos Jobim. Among friends, he used to call himself Tom Jobim, if you have, I bet you heard. And for the musicians in the house, that's No More Blues. Let's go. E diz a ela que sem ela não pode ser. Diz-lhe numa prece que ela regresse, porque eu não posso mais sofrer. Chega de saudade, a realidade é que sem ela não há paz, não há beleza, é só tristeza e a melancolia que não sai de mim, não sai de mim, não sai. Mas se ela voltar, que coisa linda, que coisa louca, pois há menos peixinhos a nadar no mar do que os beijinhos que eu darei na sua boca, dentro dos meus braços. Os abraços hão de ser milhões de abraços, apertado assim, colado assim, calado assim, abraços e beijinhos e carinhos sem ter fim, que é pra acabar com esse negócio de você viver sem mim. Coisa linda, que coisa louca, pois há menos peixinhos a nadar no mar do que os beijinhos que eu darei na sua boca e dentro dos meus braços. Os abraços hão de ser milhões de abraços apertados
Thank you. One of the things that I love about Brazilian music as a percussionist is the array of instruments I get to play. So you saw me start the show by playing one of the most iconic percussion instruments in Brazil called the pandeiro. And I love this instrument because while people often think it's just a tambourine, I like to remind people that tambourines are some of the oldest drums ever invented, and you can find them in every culture in every country. So this one is almost like the national instrument of Brazil. The other thing that I like are things that might be familiar. I'm sure some of you have seen this before. And I'm gonna invite Katia, if you can pick up your triangle. We want to take you on a journey and play the next tune. It's called Feira de Mangaio. And a feira is like a farmer's market, an outdoor market with all kinds of goods that happen often on the weekends. And so this one is from the northeast of Brazil. So we're going to travel from Rio all the way up to the northeast. And we think that maybe we need a little help on the percussion. So are you willing to help us out there? Yeah. All right. We're going to teach you how to use your palmas, and we're going to teach you a Baião rhythm. So, okay, now if you're on this side, you know that polyrhythm is the goal here. We're going to play another rhythm. So we're going to make our hands like a star for one clap, and then we're going to cup them for the other.
There's only one problem, Amy. This feira, this farmer's market's a little bit more agitated. There's a lot going on, so it's more like...
Okay.
That was rehearsal, yeah.
Now don't stop.
Woo!
All right, we need to bring in Katya on the triangle. And Amy, what are you playing? The kaishishi.
Fumo de rola, rede de cangalha, eu tenho pra vender quem quer comprar. Bolo de milho, broa e cocada, eu tenho pra vender quem quer comprar. Pede moleque alegre em canela, moleque sai daqui me deixa trabalhar. Zé saiu correndo pra feira dos pássaros e foi passo voando pra todo lugar. Porque tinha uma vendinha no canto da rua, onde o mangaeiro ia se animar. Tomando uma bicada de lambuçada e olhar pra Maria do Joá. Porque tinha uma vendinha no canto da rua, fazendo floreio pra gente dançar. E tem o Zeca de Porcina fazendo renda e o oco do Poli sem parar. Vixe! Calbreço de cavalo e rabichola, eu tenho pra vender quem quer comprar. Farinha, rapadura e graviola, eu tenho pra vender quem quer comprar. Papinho, candeeiro, canela de barro, menino, vamos embora, tenho que roçar. Chacharam meu roçado que nem boi de barco, alpacas eu já racho, não quer me levar. Porque tem o sanfoneiro no canto da rua, fazendo floreio pra gente dançar. E tem o Zeca de Porcina fazendo renda e o ronco do Fole sem parar. Porque tem o sanfoneiro no canto da rua, fazendo floreio pra gente dançar. E tem o Zeca de Porcina fazendo renda e o ronco do Fole sem parar. Vixe!
So that was, as Amy explained, that's music from the northeast of Brazil. Now we're going to head back to their mainland in Rio de Janeiro and play some samba. But again, we need some audience participation. And here's how this one goes. This is a quick, I'll just tell you a quick story. Samba Lele. It's the name of a child who someday got sick. You know, we all get a little sick. Sometimes there's little flus going around or colds going around. Well, Samba Lele got sick, but it was the kind of sick that there was only one cure for him. Singing. Well, actually, two cures, singing and dancing. So if you think that you ever feel blue, right, feel sad, this is the Dia de Choro, the day of crying, right, of this style of music. So you can sing and dance your way out of everything. That's what we believe. And so the song goes like this about Samba Lele. What's the kid's name?
Samba Lele.
What's his name? Good. Samba Lele tá doente,
tá com a cabeça quebrada. Samba Lele precisava é de umas boas lambadas. Samba, samba, samba Lele. Samba, samba, samba lala. Samba, samba, samba Lele. Samba, samba, samba lala. You got it.
You got it, but that's not going to cure anybody. Get a little bit louder. Get the boogie.
I want to hear you guys. Did you get breakfast today?
Yeah, I don't think so.
Okay. I got one.
Mais uma vez o coro.
Let's try the Samba Lele.
Yeah.
Let's try.
Samba, samba, samba lele.
Samba, samba, samba la la. Your turn. One more time. Samba, samba, samba lele. Samba, samba, samba la la. Samba Lele tá doente, tá com a cabeça quebrada. Samba Lele precisava é de umas boas palmadas. Samba, samba, samba Lele. Samba, samba, samba lala. Samba, samba, samba Lele. Pisa na barra da saionlala. Ó, menina bonita, como é que se namora? Põe o lencinho no bolso, bombas tontinhas pra fora. Samba, samba, samba Lele. Samba, samba, samba lala. Samba, samba, samba Lele. Pisa na barra da saionlala. Ó, menina bonita, como é que se cozinha? Põe a panela no fogo, vai conversar com a vizinha. Samba, samba, samba Lele. Samba, samba, samba lala. Samba, samba, samba Lele. Pisa na barra da saionlala. Samba, samba, samba Lele. Samba, samba, samba lala. Samba, samba, samba Lele. Samba, samba, samba lala. Samba, samba, samba Lele. Samba, samba, samba lala. Samba, samba, samba Lele. Pisa na barra da saionlala. Beautiful. Thank you. Obrigada.
É, muito bonito.
So one of the things that we're always thinking about when we create this music is layers of a cake. Does anyone here like cake? Nobody likes cake, right? All right, we have some cake lovers. So the components of music are really three things, and we're going to use Samba Lele to demonstrate those three things. So Zach started us off with the words of the song, but also singing a melody. So we can think about that as the top layer of the melody. But it's a little lonely, right? Yeah. And even if we have the words, maybe we can have some singing of the words, singing that melody.
You can even help us.
Yeah.
Samba, samba, samba lele. Samba,
Beautiful. The melody is beautiful.
Beautiful melody.
But we need some harmony, right? So Zach and I have harmony instruments supporting the melody. Okay, let's add some harmony. And let's bring back that melody.
Samba, 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 lele. Samba, 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 la la. Samba, 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 lele. Samba, 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 la la.
It's wonderful, but it needs the spice. And really, Brazilian music is all about the rhythm. So we rely on Amy to bring in that rhythm. Let's hear some of that pandeiro. All right, so just the tambourine, of course, we know better. It's the pandeiro bringing so much more than so many things there. So when we add the harmony and the melody together, it all comes together.
Samba, 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 lele. Samba, 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 la la. Samba, 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 lele. Samba, 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 la la.
So what really makes Brazilian music what it is in addition to these three elements, right? We need to use the particular, in these three elements, we need the instruments that we play, these unique instruments. So Zach has a classic harmony instrument you just saw him play. This is called the cavaquinho.
Can you also say cavaquinho? That's if you really like it. Cavaco if you've never met it before. Cavaco or cavaquinho.
Yeah, so this is what happens when you put a guitar in the dryer for too long.
Yeah.
You have a common problem. So this is the predecessor, what came before the ukulele, right? From Portuguese instrument builders who used those instrument skills and experience when they came from Portugal and found themselves in Brazil and later went on to Hawaii. And this, of course, is another harmony instrument. We all know what this is. It's a guitar. But this guitar is a Brazilian-style guitar that has 7 strings. So that is very common in Brazil. The 7-string guitar is credited as something coming from Russia, from Russian immigrants who came to Brazil. And it gives me an extra low string.
How low can you go?
Well, normally a 6-string guitar goes that low, but it goes even lower. And the job of this is to mostly provide harmony with a little bit of counter melody. Which is a whole thing that is a part of samba and choro. So we put all these elements with the instruments together, we get the style of Brazilian music, and we can take our next song that is not from Brazil. In fact, some of you may know this song, and demonstrate the idea that the style of Brazilian music, if we draw upon the rhythm, we can even take melody and harmony from elsewhere and make it Brazilian. I wonder if anyone knows this one. Vambora?
Bora. 1, 2, 3, 4.
And of course, that song is Mario.
High score!
As we continue with you today, we wouldn't be a Dia de Choro without honoring the great Pixinguinha. Pixinguinha is one of the composers who really brought Choro music out into the world and made it a music on the national stage. And Choro is considered Brazil's first national music. Pixinguinha is an Afro-Brazilian composer who wrote many hit Choro sambas and was a prolific musician as well. And so this holiday, which is sort of a newer holiday in Brazil even, is named after him in his homage. We wanted to play the most famous song that he ever wrote, which is called Carinhoso. It's a love song and a melody, and it is one of the most iconic songs in Brazil. So this is our dedication for the Dia de Choro to celebrate with you and our homage to Pixinguinha.
Meu coração, não sei porquê, bate feliz quando te ver, e os meus olhos ficam sorrindo e pelas ruas vão te seguindo, mas mesmo assim foges de mim. Meu coração, não sei porquê, bate feliz quando te ver, e os meus olhos ficam sorrindo e pelas ruas vão te seguindo, mas mesmo assim foges de mim. Ah, se tu soubesses como eu sou tão carinhoso e muito, muito que eu te quero, e como é sincero meu amor, eu sei que nunca fugirias mais de mim. Vem, 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 vem sentir o calor dos lábios meus à procura dos teus. Vem matar essa paixão que me devora o coração, e só assim então serei feliz, bem feliz. Ah, se tu soubesses como eu sou tão carinhoso e muito, muito que eu te quero, e como é sincero meu amor, eu sei que nunca fugirias mais de mim. Vem, 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 vem sentir o calor dos lábios meus à procura dos teus. Vem matar essa paixão que me devora o coração. coração e só assim então serei feliz, bem feliz. Meu coração, meu coração. Obrigada. Beautiful.
Isn't this hello, 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 hello? Is this on? Hello, hello, am I on? Ooh, yes. Isn't this the most beautiful music you've ever heard? Oh my goodness. Thank you so much. So we have some time for some questions. And for our folks at Oakland, West Oakland Library, if you have questions, I will be receiving them on the chat here. So just let us know. But if you have a question, raise your hand nice and tall. Say it nice and loud, and then I will repeat it. Yes, right here, yes. Go ahead with your question, nice and loud. How do you form a band?
Money, lots of money. No. Interesting, you should ask that. It's kind of like forming a relationship, a family. And Amy and Brian and I have been doing this band for 20 years or more, and it's relationships that grow and work together. That's one answer.
Anybody else want to weigh in on that?
I think when we were in our 20s and you are just looking around for what looks interesting, we got lucky that we discovered Brazilian music. And a lot of it, I think, is you have an instrument and you want to see what that instrument can do. I mean, Amy, as a percussion player, it's a perfect fit. As a guitar player, I was interested in jazz, and I found that the guitar was kind of a star in Brazilian music. In jazz music, guitar is not so much of a star. So I was drawn to it for that reason.
I would add one more thing to the question. There's no age to form a band, okay? So go ahead and get started.
Yes. Your parents
Yeah.
will love it.
That one's for the mommies and the daddies.
Is that your baby sibling? Yeah, maybe they're going to play with you. Who
Family
knows?
band right there. I love it. All right, so I know we had a question over there. Miles over there, did you have a question? Maybe thinking about it? Okay, we have one right there. We'll come back to you. Yes, right there.
Why are we so silly?
Why are they so silly?
I can take that as well. You know, as a Brazilian, I'm always silly. You know, I can tell you that. You're gonna meet other Brazilians. Maybe they are not that silly as me and maybe my friends, but I can tell about that. The silly part, I take a blame. I'm very silly.
We need more silliness, yeah?
I like to be silly too.
What a great question. All right, right here, yes, in the front.
You like seeing everybody do
You like seeing everybody do some music? That was a rhetorical question, but we will take it. And everybody can play music because you all have an instrument with you, right? You have your voice, you have your hands, you have your feet, you have your chest. Yeah, one question right there. Yes, go ahead. Can you say it a little bit more loudly? Oh, yes. If Amy could clarify some of the colorful instruments
Oh my
that
goodness.
she has.
This instrument is so amazing. It was made by an artist who wanted to make a statement about recycling. So it's made out of bottle caps. And yet when you play it, it has this pretty water sound. So that's my shaker, yeah.
And I think when you think about making instruments at home, you can use all different types of things. So you can take an empty soda can and put some rice in it, or beans, and then cover it with some tape, and you can make a gansa.
Altoid boxes are really good. I actually find them, I prefer them to the soda can.
And oatmeal containers.
Oatmeal container.
Make great drums. You can make a kazoo out of a toilet paper roll and some tissue paper and a rubber band. Okay, sorry, that's a subject for another class. Okay. Any other questions from, let's see, way up there? I thought I saw a hand. Yes, way up there.
How do we learn to play?
How did you learn to play what? How do you learn to play this beautiful music?
A lot of practice, many hours. If you, whatever you want to do and you set yourself to doing it a little bit every day, you can get better. You can get better. I have students. In fact, some of my students are here in the room. Are you a Panther? Any Panthers in the house? All right. And so we teach students to practice over and over, and whatever you want to practice, you get good at it. If you want to learn how to tie your shoes, you got to practice that a lot, right?
And I think, especially in this day and age, with phones are kind of cool, but when you get exposed to an instrument and you get excited about, you have to listen to that internal excitement. And when you're at that moment, should I space out on my phone or should I pick up my instrument? You'll find that an instrument is the way to go. It's a lot more rewarding.
You know, I have one thing to say. I have a son, and all of the parents here probably know the world of fidgets. These are the best fidgets ever. So we keep them in our kitchen. Just a little.
And just curious, how many of you young people play an instrument or sing? Raise your hand if you play an instrument or sing. Love seeing those hands go up. That's wonderful. And it's never too late to get started, right?
That's
we
right.
always want you to know that learning this music, and any kind of music, is a journey. Yes, right there, question. So this gentleman is sharing with us, he plays the piano, the xylophone, the flute, and a bunch of other things. So
Awesome.
the auditions, when are the
There you
auditions
go.
for this band? 'Cause
Multi-instrumentalist.
there'll be
You
a
looking for a
casting
gig?
call. Yes, you have a question right here with this lovely dress on. Go ahead. Can you say it a little bit more loudly? How do you pick your instruments? Like, what made you choose the instrument that you play?
I think the instrument chose me. Yeah. I picked up some different percussion, and I just wanted to do it all the time, like your favorite doll or your favorite toy. So the instrument chose me.
Can I share? I drove my parents crazy. I started in the music school, and I started on a keyboard. Then I switched to the guitar. Then I switched to, I learned I could sing, or my teacher thought that I could sing at that time. And then,
Thank that teacher.
I went to college and I learned the flute and I learned hand percussion. And then I just bond everything together and it make what I'm doing today. So just try it out, I would say.
Katja has a lot of tools in her toolbox.
Don't stick with one instrument. Just try it all, you know. If you feel a call, even if you're really good at one instrument, don't be ashamed or be shy. Just try it out, other things. I heard Daniela is trying the cavaquinho now,
Yes,
right?
Yes,
Look
I
at
am,
that.
I am a professional musician, but now I'm a student too, so it's good.
Always a
You
student.
can always learn. You can always learn. We have a question way up there. Yes, nice and loud so we can hear you. Why is there tape on the pandero?
And this one, yeah.
What a good observation.
What a great question. So when I play the pandero, in an American tambourine, you have the jingles are what's called convex. They face out. And in Brazil, they're often brass and they're concave and they face in. But they're very bright. So sometimes you put tape on the bottom of the pandero because it just cuts some of what's called the high overtones of the jingles. So it helps kind of make the sound balance between the bass notes, which are like this. Here, I can't do both at the same time. And then all the jingles. So that's why.
What a great observation. How about a round of applause for that young person? All right. Let's see. Any other questions? I don't want to miss anyone, but we definitely want to hear some more music. Don't we want to hear some more music? Yes. Okay. Well, one more time. Grupo Falso Baiano.
Thank you. Thank you, Rebecca.
We are going to finish our show with a classic samba. This is on one of our albums. So if anyone liked what they heard today, we have albums out in the merchandise area.
I think we call them CDs now.
Ah,
Brian, but-
CDs,
Or
yes.
we used to. I don't even
Yes,
know.
I need a
what
translator.
this is.
I don't
Yeah.
even know anymore.
Yeah.
Quem nasce lá na vila nem sequer vacila ao abraçar o samba que faz dançar os galhos do arvoredo e faz a lua nascer mais cedo. Lá em Vila Isabel, quem é bacharel não tem medo de bamba. São Paulo dá café, Minas dá leite e a Vila Isabel dá samba. A vila tem um feitiço sem farofa, sem vela e sem vintém, que nos faz bem lalaiar, tendo o nome de princesa. Transformou o samba num feitiço decente que prende a gente. O sol da vila é triste, samba não assiste, porque a gente implora. Sol, pelo amor de Deus, não vem agora que as morenas vão logo embora. A vila tem um feitiço sem farofa, sem vela e sem vintém, que nos faz bem, tendo o nome de princesa. Transformou o samba num feitiço decente que prende a gente. Eu sei por onde passo, sei tudo que faço, paixão não me aniquila. Mas tenho que dizer, modéstia à parte, meus senhores, eu sou da vila. A vila tem um feitiço sem farofa, sem vela e sem vintém, que nos faz bem ladaiar, tendo o nome de princesa. Transformou o samba num feitiço decente que prende a gente.
Thank you so much. Muito obrigado.